Hi, it's Terry. It's another dark, rainy day today, and I can't say it's very pleasant out. I think it's also down in the 50s. It's what we would call in Scotland a dull day, if I were in Scotland. Sometimes I dream about being in Scotland, but I know they have many of these days, so wouldn't be any better over there. I wouldn't call this a dull day, though. I had a very enjoyable conversation with some people today on a Zoom meeting, and it was a Parkinson's group, and it's out of Beverly, Mass. And I found it on the American Parkinson's Disease Association. I hope I said that name right. I'm not at all sure I did, but you know what I mean. And it was nice. We started out with about 6 people, but at least a quarter of the way through our time, we were up to 12 people. So that was a pretty good sized group. And it was nice to listen to the other members talk about their symptoms and their treatments and their questions. Many were very helpful to me to hear the answers to those questions. One of the things I learned today was that there is a new treatment coming around the bend. He thinks it will be here within a month or so. And truth be told, I don't remember what it was, but I will watch for it. I wrote it down in my notes, and I'll look at that later. Typical me. I am taking the typical medication for Parkinson's now, levodopa, and it helps to, it helps to build up the dopamine in my system, which my brain is deficient in right now. I take it 3 times a day. It's a pill, much easier than the injections I was taking for multiple sclerosis a long time ago. But the symptoms are, as I said before in an earlier post, very similar to multiple sclerosis symptoms. They involve weakness, tremors, jerky movements, stiff movements, slow walking, slow talking, sometimes too fast talking, some other physical symptoms, some cognitive symptoms that progress as time goes on. So it was nice to talk to a group of people who had this part of my diagnosis. I have to be careful when I'm questioning not to ask questions that really are related more to multiple sclerosis, but I really have a difficult time distinguishing between the two conditions because they overlap similarly. The diagnosis doesn't overlap at all, except if it's a mistaken diagnosis, which is very easy to do because of the similarities of the symptoms. The true test for Parkinson's disease is if you try the medication, the dopamine, and I don't mean the dopamine, I mean the levodopa. If you try the levodopa and it does not have a good effect for you in reducing some of the tremor or the other symptoms, then without an effect, it basically says, no, you don't have Parkinson's disease. Keep looking. And in my case, I had that disagreement with my first neurologist because I believed it was Parkinson's to be way back in 2004. And he said, no, it was multiple sclerosis, and the MRIs and the spinal taps all confirmed a multiple sclerosis diagnosis. And that's why I tried the medication for that. But it didn't do what I had hoped it would do. It did do what it said it would do. It slowed the progression, but not quite long enough. I didn't make my 32 years of teaching. I made 30. But it didn't help with any of the symptoms. And it didn't claim to help with any of the symptoms. And what I wanted was help with the symptoms. So I kept looking for the Parkinson's diagnosis, and I did find it last June when I asked a new neurologist to let me try the Parkinson's medication because I had read online that that was the way to confirm a diagnosis. Now they have another test. It's called a DAT scan, I think, DAT scan, that is supposed to absolutely confirm Parkinson's disease. And I haven't had that, and I'll wait and see if the doctor recommends that. But for now, I'm going with 2 neurologists and 2 diagnoses, multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's disease. Anyway, it was interesting to talk to this group today. There were no very young-looking participants. I would say most there were in their 40s or 50s or beyond, but no 20s and 30s like in the multiple sclerosis group that I go to once a month. So it's an interesting difference. But I feel confident that it will be as helpful as the MS group has been for me. And I'll have some fun talking with people who understand what multiple sclerosis is and what Parkinson's disease is. And of course, my cat, Scotty, hopped up on my lap in the middle of the meeting, and they got a chuckle out of that. But he's gone off to take a nap now. So that was my day today, and I'm tidying up today because my daughter and granddaughter are going to come visit me tomorrow, and that will be a real delight and a real nice day. So I hope all of you have a nice Mother's Day too. Enjoy it. I hope the weather improves somewhat. It's not very nice right now. It's just cold and damp and rainy and puddly, and that's what you hear in the background is the splashing of the cars going by. Anyway, you take care of you and take care of others and be well. Weather will improve eventually. Bye-bye.